Hi.
Welcome back to another episode of Faith Uncensored. Today we will be talking about work-life balance. Here today with us we have Megumi, a final year student, and also Ivan, who is a general practitioner with more than 10 years of working experience. He's happily married with 3 children, and recently he just have a baby. Let's give him a hand. Yay! And because of this, it will be very interesting to hear from their point of view concerning work-life balance. Now, I'm sure you have heard of this word. Do we live to work or do we work to live? Now, with this idea of work-life balance, and we want to actually talk about it and see what can we gain from this. Now, many working adults have this idea of work-life balance, and they desire to have this work-life balance over being a workaholic. So can you paint a picture for us? What is your ideal work-life balance?
So I work 9 hours a day. That's like 1/3 of my day, and plus family, okay, and plus what I want to do during my personal time, which is maybe exercise or. And I'm not even mentioning about the housework that I'm supposed to bring in. So to an ideal working and family life is balancing all these things. And just trying not to let something, overrun or overlap each other. So that would be the ideal one. And also going for once in a while holiday, but now not possible. But but yes, all this would balance up, pretty much balance up our life and make it a quality life.
Right. How about you?
Actually, I haven't worked yet, but
Okay.
in my imagination, it should be in 24 hours you can do what you want to do and what you need to do.
Not just working lah.
Yeah, not just working. It's like beside working, you can have your family time, you can have your me time and stuff like that. Yes, within 24 hours you can complete every single thing that you want and you need.
So we are both. I think both of you are talking about making the full use of time and not just work one
Yeah.
aspect of life. Now, when coming back to work, last year we have this work from home phenomena. It actually swept across the globe. Everyone is actually working from home. Now, it is a dream for some, but nightmare for others, because it introduced some new working tension to the work-life balance. Suddenly, we can't tell where family or personal life starts and when work ends. Now, because before this, you can actually leave work to go home. Now you literally bring work to your home, and this caused a lot of tension. Now, for both of you, what are some tension that you know coming from this idea of working from home?
So I forgot to mention that besides being a general practitioner, I also help out in my wife's e-commerce business. Okay, so e-commerce business, it involves working at home. You don't have to be at the site. All right. So there's a lot of background work, and so a lot of time facing the computer. Okay, and this can actually
Cause a lot of tension.
cause a lot of tension, and then take up a lot of your family time. It's like your kids may be asking you to do something, and then there's some house errands pending, but you still need to get the job done. All right, a lot of tension, and then you may lose track of time. It's 8 o'clock and we haven't had dinner, and then it's 1 o'clock and we haven't slept yet.
At least last time you can hide from your children and say, don't catch your daddy's going to work. Now you're actually at home with them all the time, right?
Yes, exactly. And they spend more time at home because of the COVID and homeschooling. Yes.
All right. How about you?
Okay, I'll talk about like how my student life is, because previously we have all this group project and tutorial class or even lecture class. We go to uni, right? So like after coming back from uni, you're so separated from uni, so it's like it's not my thing already. But right now it's like you're studying in your home, and then people will expect you to do more, because our lecturer will think, oh, maybe students will be much more lazier. They're more chill at home. They might not even listen to the lecture class through online. So they give you extra work, extra assignment, so that they keep you busy and make sure that you learn something. Actually, even though we learn something through lecture class, they still think that we are chilling in our house.
Yeah.
So they will thought we are lazy.
So they add on, they give you
yeah,
more
they
things to
give
do.
you more things to do. It's like unnecessary lah to me. To me, it should be the
Yeah.
same, but it's extra work.
Yeah, because I think everyone have this idea. If you work from home, you will give you a very good work-life balance. But now hearing from a lot of people from their experience, they feel there are more work than life,
Yeah.
although they actually do it at
True.
home.
True.
Yeah, and I think it's very true when both of you say it's very hard to juggle between like house chores sometimes and then your work. Where do you draw the line? And because of whether your lecturer or your boss, they may actually add on more work to you.
Yes.
Like even for myself, okay, I'm actually working in the church, but because of the whole pandemic last year, where I had to work from home, at first I find it very, it frees me up because all activities cease, it frees me up. But after a while, I realized I can't separate it when work starts, or at least when official office work starts and where life starts, because it's together. It's like my living hall is where I work. Living hall is also where I watch TV. Living hall is also where I spend personal time with my wife. And I realized that we actually work from day to night, but we can't separate it. We can't separate when is when. It's like all the time. So it takes a lot of actually discipline to draw the line and to actually find a balance in all this.
Because last
Yeah.
time we have places to separate us.
Yes, correct.
Right now we don't have.
We don't have.
Yeah.
It's the same place.
It's the same place, you do every single thing there. So it's
Yeah.
different.
All right, I think we bring out a lot of points from experience. This whole work from home may not be the answer to our work-life balance. Now, coming to this, some people actually argue that by working from home, it actually promoted or glorified this overworking culture, especially in the Asian country, where they feel that if you do OT or you overwork, it's a good thing. Okay, so what are some long-term consequences from this culture? Are there any good or bad to this?
Okay, so since I'm juggling two jobs, let me talk about the benefit of doing these two jobs. So the 9 to 5 one, when I over the course of the years, okay, it helps me to do something that I'm passionate about. Okay, it helps me to build my career. It provides for the family financially. And it just train my personality, my character, a lot of things that you need to endure. Okay, so it's an avenue where you become someone stronger.
Yeah.
Okay, and the other job where I work from home, the benefit is just that it teach me to keep track of the time, because 9 to 5 you clock in and you clock out, but at home everything is just mixed up, and there's no clear line like what Pastor
Yeah.
Joshua said. Like when you're doing work halfway, and then after that someone calls you, hey, the kid needs this settled, and then
Someone is your wife lah.
yeah, yeah,
Oops.
yeah.
All right.
The laundry is in the
Yeah.
washing machine and hasn't been hung yet. So and then after you've done your house calls, and then you go back to your work, and after that you go back to the house calls. So there's no clear line. It just helps you to not be stressed, cope with your emotion, and also just try to be efficient as you can to
Yeah.
get things done. That's one of the benefit lah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you brought up a good point where you say that you can't really balance. And just now, Megumi, you also mentioned that last time when you go to work, it's like a place to work. Home is home. But because now it's mixed to one, I was reading, I think there's somewhere online that mentioned that at your home, because you actually, it's your personal space where you relax, but right now you're actually working from home as well. One of the ways is to actually discipline yourself. For example, you set a time. From what time to what time is work. After that is a personal time.
Yeah.
Or they say there's a working space. Like for example, like that table or that space, when you are there, you put on your working cap. You actually just focus on working. But the moment you step out from the area or from the zone, it's actually your personal time, your home. So it requires a lot of discipline to be able to balance, to still have this work-life balance in this work from home culture. Now, we know that work is not just to earn a living. We don't just live to work, but we also work just to live, okay? It's not just to earn a living, but working or having a career is the way that we live, how we express ourselves, have some sense of achievement, have some sense of direction, and this is a place where we find our purpose and also fulfillment. And we believe that life is lived through our family, our friends, our hobbies, dreams, our social life, our church life, and our work life, where all of this comes together. And the moment we try to keep everything in a separated box or compartments, all these will actually be fragmented, detached from one another, and it can fall apart. And sometimes, if you're not careful, we can be one person in one box and another person in another box because we live a separated life. And the moment we do that, after a while, we actually lose the very balance that we need. I would say the idea of having this work-life balance is not to live a separate life in separate boxes, but to live life as a whole person, where every part of our lives are actually interconnected, are intertwined with one another. And the secret is to keep it real, keep it balanced according to priority at certain time. I think I would say that the key idea here is to live life as a whole person and live life to the fullest. So what do you have to say about this as a conclusion?
If for me, I would say we are one person and we have different roles. I have role as a student, as a daughter, as someone who serve in church, or maybe people if you are in marriage, you are a husband, you are a daddy, and a lot of different roles. But we are still one person. I am a student, but I'm still Megumi. You are still a husband, but you're still Ivan. You're still a pastor, but you are still Joshua.
Yeah.
You know, but we have different roles. But how you're gonna live is you have to prioritize you have to prioritize the role and prioritize what you are doing. Yeah, a lot of people say I want to get things done. You know, I have my to-do list. I have to submit my assignment. I have to get my internship done. Everything have to be done. But if you want to live to fullest, it's not just getting things done. It's to actually fulfill your roles. Like if you're wondering all this question, you can think like this: how can I be a good daughter to my mom? How can I be a good employee to my employers? How can I be a good husband to my wife?
Yeah.
This is the question, because we are fulfilling the role, not the job.
Yeah.
If you are fulfilling the role, immediately you will get things done. Immediately you will complete the task that you need to do. Yeah, that's the fullness that you should get there.
Yeah. I think I hear you right, is that you're not just saying, it's not just about what you do, but who you are in
Yes.
what you do,
Yep.
and also who you choose to become.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a very good point. It's about becoming, not just doing, yeah? That's why some people joke, they say, that's why we are called human being and not human doing.
Yeah,
Okay?
correct.
It's also who we are, and we bring who we are into what we do. I thought that's a very good point. How about you, Ivan?
I think what Megumi says, right? Prioritizing, okay, knowing your identity. When there's just so many things, so many work, okay, and sometimes there are some distractions, like social life, when your friends call you, when your gym mates call you, and then you start to think, hey, how am I gonna balance and bring this in, okay, to in my work life balance, okay, without compromising my priorities, okay, and so in this sense, yes, try to remember what you're supposed to do, who are your priorities, your family, how you provide,
Yeah.
and all this takes precedence, okay, and then your own wants, your own needs will take the back seat. Okay, because that is who you are. You are in this stage of life, you know. And also when there's so many distractions, how do you know which one is your priority? Okay, that's when your faith comes in. You need guidance. You need to know what to choose, which path to follow, and that has helped me a lot, so that I can be clear. I can, really balance work life,
Yeah.
and I won't let distraction come into affect the other things.
I've I've recently read a book. I think there's one question that prompted me very hard is because we like to schedule our things, so we make things balanced in life. But the question came is, what do you think your schedule will be like if God is the one who in charge of it? That's come where what priorities are you putting in your life? You know, if
Yeah.
God is the one that in charge of your schedule, how it can be like?
True. I don't want to answer that because God will jumble up my whole schedule. I think both of you bring out a very good point. It's about being who you are, not just what you do. And you also talk about priority. What is important to you? And I do agree that sometimes, especially in this workaholic culture, sometimes we put work as our main thing. And we neglected not only our family, our friends, but sometimes even our own dreams. We subdue our own dreams just to follow other people's dream. Okay? But I think both of you bring out to talk about the one way to find balance is to know who you are, and you bring who you are into what you do to your work. And also to prioritize needs, prioritize your goals, and what is really important to you in your life, what truly matters. And you bring that, the one that will actually guide your priority is actually your belief system, or we call it faith in God. So I think that is something that we need to take note, because everyone will have different things that matters to them. Yeah, and I remember having this conversation with someone to say that one way to find a work-life balance is to do what you love. But we also realize in this world, sometimes we don't actually get to do what we love. There's where actually a lot of people, they resign and keep on resigning, keep on jumping until they find an ideal job that actually that gives them this work-life balance. But I hear another person, I thought that this is a very good comment as we come to a close, is that he said that you don't always get to do what you love, but you can always learn to love what you do. And I think there's a lot of wisdom in this, because in life, we don't always get what we want. But it's up to us how we find balance in it, how to bring more pros than cons into the picture. So I think the secret here is to have a balanced life in all these things, and how we merge it together and still live the life to the fullest the way we want it. All right, really appreciate both of you during this time.
Thank you.
And we hope that we can hear more from different people in our next episode of Faith Uncensored. So I encourage all of you to like, share, and subscribe to this. Till the next time, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.